A very good
Hi.
evening, Kavita.
Hi.
How are
Hi,
you?
Dr. Jasmine. Good evening. Good. I'm good. How are you?
All good. So, welcome to the 45th episode of the Dr. Battisi show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, let's start with who you are and what you are representing.
I am one of the founders of Spicta, and Spicta is basically a new age D2C brand into premium and non-toxic oral care products. So we have like a bunch of products in toothpaste, mouthwash, teeth whitening powder. We even have like India's first ever category, which is a tooth foam, all made from natural ingredients, no harmful chemicals, no SLS, no alcohol, no paraben, no fluoride, and having plant-based extracts in the formulations. So,
Right. And I have used the products and I've shared it, so I'm quite sure some people might be knowing about it. And your foam, it's amazing.
thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Jasmine. Thanks a lot.
So, can you please share your background and your co-founder's background? Like, were you guys, I'm sure you are not a dental surgeon, so how you came up into this?
No, no. Both of us. So I have a background in category management in e-commerce.
Okay,
So the entire e-commerce FMCG part was my background since I have worked with Flipkart.
okay,
Jigar, who is the co-founder and also my husband, so he has a background in
okay.
strategy. He has a background in strategy, finance, and operations. So he's worked with a couple of startups earlier as well. So he comes from that background. Why? I mean, the doing something of our own was something which we were quite keen on pursuing, and D2C was something which was. I mean, the D2C industry is growing in India, and that's why
Yeah,
it was. I mean, an obvious choice for us that we wanted to do something in D2C. Then when we started researching about the different categories, what is there in India, what is there globally, we found that oral care is one segment in India which is dominated mainly by, three or mainly two to three players. Most of them global MNCs, a couple of other Indian
exactly.
large conglomerates also. But they are using the same set of formulations, the same set of flavors, the same set of ingredients in their toothpaste, or rather
Right.
any other product, be it a toothpaste or mouthwash. And there is no innovation in terms of consumer centric products or in terms of innovative products in oral care, be it within the segments that are already existing or even in terms of new categories. Like if in India, for example, oral care means just brushing your teeth predominantly.
Right.
There is a segment of population who started gradually using a mouthwash, and that gradual shift is coming. But still, predominantly, it is brushing your teeth with a toothpaste or using a tooth powder or something like that. Whereas globally, oral care is far more evolved. So you have people regularly using a mouthwash. You have regular usage of floss. Then comes the entire part of whitening, where you start looking at oral care as something which you do to feel more confident. So maybe you have aligners or you use whitening products to feel confident or to make your smile look good. So that's entire a different category which is very evolved globally, but not in India yet. So we felt that there is a clear gap here in terms of building awareness about oral care, about the necessity for oral care, as well as bringing a lot of innovation in terms of consumer-centric products or what products would be fit for a consumer. So, for example, when we started speaking to them, there were people who told us that I don't like alcohol in my mouthwash because it gives a very bad taste, but I don't have an alternative. So
Yeah.
that was the problem that we identified, and that's why we decided to do something in oral care.
Right. What I'm guessing is your USP is being innovative and
Yes,
with like the better ingredients,
yes,
like it's
yes.
non-toxics and plant-based. That was amazing.
Right, right.
So where is your headquarters? Where it's all started and which year?
So we started, the company was incorporated about a year ago, and we
Okay.
launched in October last year.
Wow.
The headquarters, so the company is based out of Mumbai.
Okay.
And so we launched with two toothpastes, the
Right.
cucumber mint toothpaste and the ginger mint toothpaste. We launched the
Okay.
mouthwash a few weeks after that. And early this year, sometime in January, we launched the teeth whitening powder and the tooth foam. So
Right.
that's been our journey so far.
Being a dentist, and what I have observed is, there are many powders available, and powders is something that should not be used because of the thickness of the particle. But your
Right, right,
product
right.
says it's a dust. So
Right.
when dust comes into minds, it's very thin, it's very small.
Yes,
So that was
yes,
an
yes.
amazing thing.
Yes, yes. And we've made sure that, we don't add any kind of peroxides or bleach, or maybe, for that matter, charcoal also. That's something which is heavily marketed, and people
Yeah,
assume that
I
charcoal
know.
is good for cleaning your
Right,
teeth. But
right,
at the same time, it's very abrasive to your enamel. So it's
yeah,
not actually the best product for teeth whitening. So we've
right,
actually found alternatives to that. So we've used this walnut bark powder as the base of our teeth whitening dust,
yeah,
which has natural whitening properties plus a lot of other papaya and pineapple extracts and bentonite clay. So it's
right.
completely safe. Like that's what we wanted to do. That none of the products should be harsh or abrasive or irritating when you use them. And at the same time, the flavors should be so amazing that people actually like using it, and they want to use it again and again, and they look forward to using it. So
And they,
all our flavors.
have, yeah, the brushing time should not be, yaar ki brush karna hai.
Exactly.
It should be happy time.
Exactly, exactly. So that was the key thing that we had in mind. So the flavors also that we have, they are very new. So I mean, nobody would have heard of a peach mint mouthwash or
Yeah,
an orange mint teeth whitening powder. So that's
right.
that's what we've done. So the flavors is something which people will really like to use, and at the same time, there's a lot of science and research that has gone behind the basic formulation of the product, which is why it's equally effective. So it's not just
Right.
flavorful or that kind of a thing. It's equally effective also when you use it.
Yeah. So is the company a private limited company?
Yes, yes. It's a private limited company.
Okay. And you have a team, like, what exactly your team consists of now? Because it started with two, that I know.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a couple of interns right now working with us, and a couple of early employees who we've recently onboarded. So somebody taking care of operations, somebody managing social media, someone looking at the entire sales part of it. So yeah, fairly a small team right now, but as we
But
grow,
you
the
have
team will also grow.
done an enormous growth because it's not been even a year.
Yes, yes, yeah. It's actually been just 6 months, so that's
Right,
been it's been a good journey for us so far.
right. So did you guys bootstrap?
Yes, we are bootstrapped right now.
Oh, perfect. And can you share the number of approx products you have sold? Not exact, but just for a
So we
review.
have almost 2,500 plus customers till
Oh,
now.
wow.
So yeah, so we
Amazing.
have a very, very good set of customers who've purchased from us, and we're also seeing very high repeats. So customers who
Right.
bought from us early on, they are also coming back again and purchasing from us. So that just gives us a lot of motivation and a lot of validation that we are on the right path,
Right.
and people are actually
Right. Exactly.
believing in us and believing in our cause that we did to start the brand.
Okay. And how can a dental surgeon work with you?
So I think dentists are a very, very important part of our community, and there are multiple ways in which dentists can help us. One thing is obviously where if you find our products good, if that's the thing that you believe in our cause. The first thing would be when a recommendation comes from a dentist, it gives a huge validation to the patient as well as to the brand. So
Right.
that's one thing where we want to work very closely with the dental community. Second is we've also recently launched a podcast series called Better with Spicta, and this is basically just about facts about oral hygiene. So
Right.
why do you get cavities, or when should I start brushing my kids' teeth, or what's the right toothpaste to use, anything like that, like what's the right thing to use for whitening, or does cleaning impact my overall health of my teeth. So very, very generic oral care topics which people want to know, but they may not find them in the right place or may not have the right sources. So we are partnering with dentists there, where we invite them to speak for a while, and it's just for 2 minutes, so not too long, or very, very catchy kind of a thing,
Right.
to build awareness, because that's actually one of the core pillars on which Spicta was launched, that the awareness about oral hygiene is very low in India, and that is one thing which we want to solve for. And we want to partner with dentists there, so that they can help us in educating the masses about the importance of oral care and the importance of oral hygiene. And of
Sure
course, the
thing.
third thing is, when we come up with new products, because that's an ongoing thing. Like every time there'll be new
Yeah.
products, new categories, new variants. So we also work very closely with dentists to understand the science behind the formulation. So is, for example, if we add, say, green tea plus aloe vera extracts in our formulation, so is that the right combination? Would
Yeah.
there be any kind of side effects to the patient, to the
Yeah.
consumers when they use it? Or if we don't use fluoride, then so is there any alternative? Is NHA an effective enough alternative? To what
Right.
extent should we add NHA, so that it's beneficial when a person brushes their teeth? So all of these things, in terms of information, in terms of product formulation, that's another thing where we work very closely with the dental community.
Right. So, having mentioned those, I wanted to know, when you did your research before launching the products, what exactly you found out regarding the research, regarding the products, regarding the ingredients, molecules in India, and what do you think is the future or dentistry in India? How you picture it, seeing the facts.
So the first thing that we did was to understand what is the kind of formulation that is there in the current oral care products.
Yeah,
What chemicals are they using? Why are they using them? So, for example, if SLS is used, why is it used? There must be a reason behind it. Now, if we are removing SLS, what is the best alternative that we can have, so that the functionality is still there. So, for example, SLS is used for foaming. That generates foaming in the toothpaste. You can't do away with that, because some amount of foam is still essential to clean your teeth, for the toothpaste to
right,
spread in your mouth. So, what is the next best alternative? What is the kind of natural foaming agent that you can use, so that it still gives that effect of cleaning your mouth? Or, for
right,
example, why is triclosan added, or why is propylene glycol added? So there is a reason why certain chemicals, or fluoride for that matter, why is it added? So all of
right,
these have certain reasons. So either they work as an antibacterial, or it works for teeth strengthening. So what are the alternatives? Like, how does NHA work? Why is NHA a better alternative to fluoride? Because it's something which is naturally present in your body, so your teeth are able to recognize it better. Or for that matter, maybe say, why are some artificial thickening agents added? So we actually understood the why behind each chemical
right,
that is going into the toothpaste, and tried to find out what is the natural alternative which can be added, so that it gives the benefit of that chemical, but does not give the side effects that other chemical typically gives.
right.
So that's how we went about our entire research. If I would say about the future of oral care in India, so I think
Yeah,
in general, consumers are becoming very more aware and knowledgeable, and trying to seek information about the right set of products that they need to use. There is an increasing demand for vegan, non-toxic, chemical-free products which is rising, be it hair care or skin care. I think oral care is one category where it's still a pretty low involvement category, and people are not yet there in terms of wanting to find out information about
Yeah.
the right set of oral care
Right.
products. So that I think is lacking slightly. But at the same time, I wouldn't say it's not there, because gradually there are consumers who are who are looking for non-toxic alternatives, but they're not able to probably find the right set of
Find
products.
any. Right.
So I think
Spicta doesn't
that's
use SLS, I guess.
no. We don't. No SLS, no
Right.
parabens, no alcohol, nothing.
So once you have mentioned the SLS, few months back, it was maybe in 2020 or 2021. I don't remember the year, but
Hmm.
it was, I got a sponsorship for a toothpaste. It was in an Indian brand.
Okay.
So when they were like, I saw the ingredients online because their product was online as well. So there
Hmm.
was SLS mentioned.
Okay.
So I said I won't be doing that because it's an SLS present toothpaste or whatever it
Right.
was. So
Right.
they
Right.
said we are sending you a product. Just you try it, and then the choice is yours, of course.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I had used it once, seeing that it is SLS present, just to maybe it's a minute quantity, just to see the foam and
Ha,
everything.
ha, 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 ha.
So I said no, it will like I can't do that. So they were
Hmm.
like, in India, most of the brands, 99 or 90% of the brands has SLS. If you
Yeah.
say no
Yeah.
to one SLS brand, there are 10
Yeah.
more present. So how
Hmm.
will you? They were like, got into a little not in not a
Right.
discussion that
Yeah.
I wanted
Hmm.
to
Hmm. Hmm.
conduct. So
Hmm.
I said no. So I just wanted to share that, when I promote a brand, I see their genuinity. So when I heard or used that Spicta product, so I was quite satisfied that yes, it is something that they are who they are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I mean. Again, like how one of the pillar of the brand was to spread awareness, the other one was to be a brand which is actually very ethical, safe, and yet
Standing on their
effective.
word.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
we. I mean, it's okay if the toothpaste foams lesser than what the SLS based toothpaste does.
right.
Or as long as we educate customers. I mean, of course there will be a lot of education involved on our part, because it's something which they've been using for hundreds of, I mean, these brands have been existing since hundreds of years. So
Right.
somebody who's been using it for more than 30 years, you suddenly give them a toothpaste which doesn't foam as much as they've been using. It's a huge
Yeah,
behavioral change.
right.
But it's a matter of education, and a lot of people are
Yeah,
now becoming aware that okay, SLS is something which causes the product to foam, now be it hair care or be it soap or
yeah,
anything. So they're okay. ठीक है, okay. I know that the foaming might be a little lesser, but I'm fine because it's natural. So,
yeah.
so I think
And
yeah. So
awareness,
it's
I should also include being in the science, having studied science or being in the health industry, ki, like the technology advancing every 3 months.
yeah,
So if
yeah,
if an experiment conducts and says something today, it might change
exactly,
it after 3 months. So
exactly.
every
Yeah, yeah.
molecule, we can everything has plus and minus. We just have to make sure uska plus बहुत high रहे.
Correct.
So
Exactly.
what's your future plans regarding Spicta?
So, future plans. So, we want to expand into a couple of other categories. So, of course, right now we just have about four categories. One would obviously be expanding into other categories. Second would be within these categories, you launch more variants which consumers
Yes.
like, which, basically we are our theme is we want to redesign the oral care experience.
Yeah.
We don't want
Yeah.
oral care to be a mundane and boring routine. We want it to be an
Right.
experience which they would look forward to. And trust me, there is
Right.
a lot. Like there are multiple products, and it's not even the start to
Exactly.
what the entire oral care can
Exactly.
can contain. So I think
Exactly.
lots to do in terms of category expansion, product launches, variant launches. Plus, in terms of the company growth, also a lot to do in terms of expanding to other channels. So right now, our
Right.
primary channel is our website. We'll
Right.
gradually move and scale up on marketplaces as well.
Right.
Then go offline. So multiple things to be done on that front too. So I think
Yes.
that's the near future that I see
Perfect.
for Spicta.
So I can't wait to see. I enter any grocery store, and the moment I enter in one of the, I see a Spicta thing. So that would be amazing. So wish you all the very best, and I'm
Thank you
so
so much.
happy that some Indian brand is doing that. I just wish, a dentist would have thought for the same and moved in that direction. But we are so occupied doing the RCT and extractions that we
Right,
really
right.
don't get time to do
No,
this.
but I think dentists partnering with us would be the best possible thing. So for
Yes,
us,
yes. So
for
let
the
us know
dental
if
community and
yes.
for the consumers as well.
100%. So thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jasmine. Same here.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.